Please welcome to the stage, Gary Miller.
Wow, what a welcome, that fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, let me welcome all of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to CloudWorld this year. I'm Gary Miller. I'm the Customer Success Officer for Oracle. And along with my team, the whole of Oracle and our partners, our job is to make all of you wildly successful. So we're looking forward to doing even more of that this year. What an event CloudWorld has been. A lot of amazing things happened. If you saw Safra's keynote, every customer there talked about their AI strategy and how Oracle technology is contributing to helping them get amazing results. Larry's keynote, who would have ever dreamt that he would be on stage with AWS and Google Cloud, and that we're still kind of in shock, it's amazing. But I think that just demonstrates Oracle's focus on our customers, which is, you've said that you want open clouds, and we're driving the industry to make sure that you can put your workloads where it makes sense to help you optimize your business. So many other great things at CloudWorld this year, but just some of the highlights. We hope you're really getting a lot out of it and learning some new things, networking with with Oracle, with partners, other customers. So a great CloudWorld. Today we're going to kind of double click on that, and I have 3 great customers up here coming up. They're my friends, and we're going to talk about how they navigate multi-cloud and AI. Really, how are they doing it? Hopefully there'll be some key learnings there for you. Also, with one of our key partners, how when we pull together the partner, Oracle, and the customer, and we focus on really how's the best way to drive a cloud journey, how you can get amazing results. And then I'm also the Partner Success Officer. I spend a lot of my time with partners, and it's my honor to be able to award the 2024 Partner Awards from Oracle. So, packed agenda, and so let's get started with Vodafone and the EVP and CIO of Shared Services. Please welcome Pedro Sardo.
Hi, Gary.
Hi. Make yourself comfortable, Pedro. So, so Pedro and I have worked together. I can't remember how many years, and we've done some amazing things together. It's been a pleasure. You've pulled me into steering committees, situations when things weren't working, but
it's part of the job.
It's part of the job, but we've always, it's been a great, I've learned a lot from you and from Vodafone. So, Pedro, why don't you share with the audience a bit about you and the scale of Vodafone?
Good. Let me just start, because maybe not everybody knows about Vodafone. Again, we are a telecommunications provider. We are operating out of in Europe and Africa. We provide the typical communication services, fixed, mobile, TV, IoT, and we serve about 300 million customers. Our strategy is really to enable connectivity, and we have embarked on a digital transformation journey with the objective of better serving our customers, simplify our internal operations, and obviously also to drive customer growth. Now, focusing a little bit more on the technology side, we aim to build global platforms that we can deploy across all of our operations that we have across Europe and Africa. And we aspire to do that with our own people, with our own software engineers, and that's why for us, for instance, working with open platforms that we can really drive how they are built and how they are customized, it's really important for us. That means that, again, we have a very strong insourcing strategy into our shared operations, where, again, we have been doing a lot of great work and a lot of growth in terms of the amount of work that we do with our people. And again, we have delivered some really good platforms and that are really enabling Vodafone to be successful. Our IoT platform, we are also standardizing the apps that our customers use to interact with our services. And again, we also aim to do all of this leveraging the power of public cloud. So we have an objective of moving all of our applications to public cloud.
Yeah. No, it's amazing, Pedro. And you know, as you're doing that insourcing, you're really changing from being a telco to a techco, right? It's a big transformation. So what other initiatives do you have underway in this transformation, this business transformation, and how do you define success along the way?
Look, we've realized a long time ago that the future is really multi-cloud. And that we've tried probably at the beginning to stick with one cloud, but I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, we realized that that's not going to happen. So we also focused a lot in terms of which clouds are we going to use and why. So we have a cloud strategy that we are constantly adapting because the market is constantly adapting. And that's the basis of how we deploy all of our works in the cloud. What we aim to get when we are operating things in the cloud and why we strongly believe so much about using cloud is first of all, we believe that it brings us a lot of agility and time to market.
Sure.
Agility in terms of setting up, for instance, simple things like development environments when you have a new team joining and they can have their own environment to set up, the automation that it all provides in terms of how we deploy new features and products and services. Another thing is scalability, not just to handle peaks and to handle, but also the scalability and that links to efficiencies that enables us, for instance, during the night and during weekends to scale down development and test environments, our call center environments that, again, we don't need during the night, so we scale them down during the night and then we scale them up during the day.
Sure.
And also, very importantly, probably some companies like us, big as us, we are not so good sometimes at doing the necessary life cycle, and kind of we outsource a bit the life cycle management of the infrastructure to the cloud provider, which it's another massive benefit. And finally, the last point is resilience. We find that it's so much easy to do resilience, to build, to leverage the high availability of multi-regions in the cloud that sometimes in our own data centers.
Yeah, I think you've been a leader in the multi-cloud approach, and you know, you were the only customer I think talked about by Larry, you know, Vodafone.
We are very proud of that.
So no, it just demonstrates your leadership, you know, in the industry. So you know, you've got this success in mind, resilience, scalability, etc. What outcomes do you expect, and how can Oracle and customer success help you achieve those outcomes?
Look, when we started the project that we are currently running, we spent quite a bit of time defining what success looks like. But I think that is paying off throughout the project in terms of how we are moving along with the project. For instance, we defined which workloads did we want it to move to cloud, which ones we wanted to decommission, working with our partners. Okay, so for instance, we leverage a lot of Amdocs, and again, also working with them to be part of this project. Then when we set up the environments, we set up the first, so we use 6 DRCCs, and the first one, we went live six months after we signed our contract, which I think it was pretty impressive. And on the first day, we migrate one workload immediately. And then 2 weeks later, we were already doing production workloads. 5 months later, we had the other 5 DRCCs ready. So all of this preparation and all of this work that we did together, I think that it paid off. So far, we have already modernized more than 1,500 workloads, which is, again, probably something that it was due to all the planning that we did. As you said, we do this together with your team and the rest of the Oracle team. But again, I think that the way that we work together as one team, again, as you say, sometimes we have our weekly meetings. Sometimes it's very good. Everything are fine. Sometimes we are there to discuss problems. But I think that the way that we tackle those problems, it's really unique.
Yeah, I mean, I can't understand. I mean, 60, you're the only customer on the planet with 6 dedicated cloud regions. You know, 3 pairs of 2, and the planning was unbelievable. And even before we went live, you saved millions of dollars because you decommissioned a lot of other things, right?
Yeah, exactly. Our objective is that, again, of course, public cloud comes with an extra spending, but our aim is that over time that we decommission all of the existing environments that we have.
So again, congratulations on all of that. I mean, the DRCC store is amazing. But you know, so shifting from multi-cloud, dedicated cloud region more to AI, and that data and data platforms are the foundation of AI. how will you look to adopt AI to support your initiatives?
Look, this was also something that, and this one, I sometimes think that we were a bit lucky because we spent a lot of time, probably 4 or 5 years ago, thinking, okay, we need to start collecting all of our data, and we had the principle, look, all of our data was going to reside in 2 places only, either in the operational systems, where it actually is needed for the processing, and then in our future data ocean. And now, I think that 3 or 4 years later, we currently have 20,000 terabytes in GCP. We think that's about 70% of all our analytic data that we need to move there. We have 10,000 pipelines moving data constantly into this environment. We built 600 AI models on top of that. And again, not only that, but we also trained over 4,000 engineers on GCP. So this is probably the basis of a lot of the AI work that we are doing today. We created an architecture that is focused on having the right data in the right place with the right control. And we also created a framework that standardized the way that all the engineers do the development and do the operations. We call it AI Booster, but it's basically based on the Vertex from Google. And so that's how we are currently tackling this problem.
Yeah, and I think that's really smart because you've taken off of the developer a lot of the responsibilities, right? And so they focus on the innovation, and you've taken care of all the policies and background. And I think that's a booster. I'm sure it boosts the productivity as well to that. So, but so you've got all the transactional systems in the multi-cloud, your data ocean. What were the considerations that in using AI, building those models, et cetera, for adopting AI, and what was the logic behind those considerations?
Look, this architecture that I was referring to, first of all, it's multi-vendor, okay? So we don't want to be stuck in one specific model. Like, for instance, on LLMs, again, we don't want to be dependent. Again, we know that there is always new LLMs coming in, and we want to give the ability for our developers to choose the right LLM to them. We clearly do not think that we are going to be developing LLM. Again, we think that with fine-tuning, with RAG, that's enough for our use cases. As you're saying, for instance, in Europe, let me give you a specific example. In Europe, all the data regulation is quite strong and different across, sometimes slightly different across each one of the markets. We do not want our developers to know all those complexities. What we want is them to focus on just using the data and building the use cases. This is really a massive accelerator for the work that they do.
That's great. And do you see now with the multi-cloud, having the database in Google Cloud, that might make things a little bit easier for you?
Well, it certainly will help us to access, because we use Oracle database massively across all of our transactional systems. And so we really think that part is going to help us when necessary, to tackle into other pieces of the data that might not yet be loaded into our data ocean.
So, incredible progress, Pedro. What's your biggest piece of advice for the audience here?
Look, I think that the preparation of when you go into these projects, knowing exactly what you are looking for, what is the objectives of what you are looking for. Again, all of this is basic, but it's sometimes just focusing on the basics, so clearly defining what success looks like, clearly defining the exact sponsorship that you need, because all of these programs across an organization like ours is difficult, because again, everybody also has an opinion. So getting the right sponsorship, showing to people why this is the right strategy. That's why, for instance, on the RCC, it took us a bit of a while until we got all of the things ready to get on. But I think that in the end, if you do all of this preparation, again, it always pays out throughout the project.
Yeah, absolutely. You say it's common sense. Not everybody uses the common sense, right? So it's, Pedro, it's been our pleasure to be with you every step of the way on this journey. We've learned so much. You've made us better.
Thank you.
With your feedback. And
I think it's both ways.
Yeah. So I just want to thank you and Vodafone for an incredible job, Pedro.
No problem.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. Pedro has a lot of people, 60 RCCs, hundreds of workloads. He's very popular. Farouk, our leader from Oracle here that helps him, is setting up dates for Pedro all the time to talk about it. But it's great. So let's shift gears here, and we are going to move into a new area. And I'd like to introduce from Lamar, Sukhvinder Singh.
Thank you.
All right, so welcome. I hear there's some challenges where you live, Sukhinder.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Guys, so Lamar Advertising is based out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And if most of you know, Baton Rouge is under a hurricane threat. So keep us in prayers. Some of my team members are here. Please raise your hands if you're here, guys. These were brave enough to come in. They're not going to go back till Saturday. but some of the leadership in Baton Rouge, hopefully you guys stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, so hopefully everyone's safe and prepared. There's always some event going around the world, but hearts and minds out with everybody there. But so thanks for coming on stage and sharing your cloud journey. And why don't you just tell people a little bit about yourself and Lamar?
Sure. So Lamar Advertising Company is a 125-year-old company based out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Went public in 1996. It's the largest out-of-home advertising company in America. 3 times or 3.5 times larger than our publicly traded competitors. This is data as of yesterday. Today, the stock market is down, so perhaps 3.45. If you see digital billboards, you guys transited through Vegas. You see the digital screens in the Vegas airport and all the highway logo signs. That's our bread and butter, outdoor, transit, airports, and highway logos. About 360,000 faces, or billboards as we call it. And we're trying to go on a digital transformation journey to convert some of them into digital faces.
Yeah, so you said 4,500 boards are digital, and that's growing. That's a growth part of your business. So you're digitizing that part, but you're also digitizing your back office, right? But
yes.
So on your cloud journey, it's been an incredible journey with you. How do you define success, and what were the initiatives that led you to the journey with cloud?
Sure.
With Oracle Cloud and SaaS.
No, Gary, thank you. So think about it as a 125-year-old company, and I joined Lamar 3.5 years ago. This picture was taken day number 1, so I'm still smiling. So the purpose was, how do we transform and enable processes for scaling growth? Homegrown systems, bespoke systems that worked, but we were at a crux point or inflection point or a fork in the road to say, how do we scale and grow? And all of you here, hopefully you believe that technology is a great enabler of expansion of that capability. So we started our cloud journey to say, hey, let's do phase 1, which is ERP financials. Dip our toe in the water, think about the crawl, walk, run strategy, and we successfully launched that capability April 1st. And we are now planning and embarking on our phase 2 journey. That's going to be entire sales process transformation. And think about some of the modeling we're going to do with the help of Oracle and Oracle Cloud is going to be tremendous. So that's where we are. The vision was, how do we make our 800-pound gorilla into an 8,000-pound gorilla? And hopefully Oracle and Cloud and our journey and our teams are going to take us there.
Yeah, absolutely. We were so confident we picked April 1st for the go live.
Yes. And by the time, yes, the team did work over the Easter weekend, I remember. And April 1st, we did go live. No April Fool's joke. We were live.
So, Sukhinder, PwC was your partner. So how did PwC, Oracle, and your team work together to achieve the joint success, and what are you seeing now?
Thank you. So go back to the legacy processes and legacy journey. Getting consultants, getting consulting into Lamar was no easy feat. But partnering with Oracle success team, Gary, Stephen Williams and his team, and PwC, it was a joint effort. It takes an army, guys, okay? I'm not taking any credit here. I'm representing Lamar, but it takes a village to implement what we have done. Again, appreciate the legacy. We partnered together. It's simple, but it's effective. Governance. Governance is very important. Yeah. And I think you heard Safra talk about yesterday. These are not IT projects. And dare I say, these are not business projects. These are enterprise projects.
Yeah.
And every team has to come together to share a common vision.
Yeah.
And our CEO and CFO were aligned. I just told them two things: open checkbook and emotional support, and we'll get it done. And we got it done. And kudos to both the leaders. The governance structure set up by Oracle, CSS, PwC, they attended every meeting. They were very clear with their roles. They attended every meeting. And I'll give you a snippet of what one of the decisions that went upstream. Think about coming from legacy into modern capabilities. We used to call our offices plants. All right? That's 125-year-old legacy. And we needed to shift them to call companies.
Yeah.
It went all the way to the CEO to make that decision.
Really?
But, so that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It was not a technology decision, it was not a process decision, but that was the beauty of how PwC and Oracle helped us put this project together.
Yeah.
And here I am again saying, April 1st, we did go live.
Yeah.
On budget,
Yeah.
on time.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
really amazing. And I think, the having that work together, one of the things that our success assurance team, what Steve does is we follow these basic quality standards, right? And again, it sounds like common sense, and they're basically how it just guides you through the journey, keeps you on the rails, stops you over customizing, and that. So, the fact that I think, with Oracle, with PwC and you, we followed just that approach. It just kept things moving, and we didn't get ahead of ourselves. So that's one thing that we're really promoting with everyone is just follow these basic, common sense quality standards. And
Gary, spot on. I think cloud quality standards was that one kind of thing that stuck to me, and other is process. Unless there's a defined process and a standardized process, these things don't succeed to the best of their outcomes that we're supposed to achieve. So that was, and don't be afraid of cloud. I mean, again, a legacy organization with on-premise systems, and it worked.
Okay.
Think about, we went public in 1996, and we are the 800-pound gorilla. Kudos to that. We just wanted to now get to the next century of growth and scale, and that's what Oracle and this capability is going to unleash for us.
Amazing. So talking of unleashing new capabilities, a lot of customers, when they get live, they're like, it was a big event. I need a break. My team are fatigued, and but you haven't taken that approach. So you're just charging on. So all the AI capabilities. What are you doing? What are you thinking about? What are you doing with those?
Yeah, no, great point. So no rest for the weary, as they say. We launched phase 1 in April. At the same time, the leadership team started planning for phase 2, which is going to be the sales process transformation journey, as I alluded to. So you think about the digital footprint we have, it's 3% of our total inventory. That 3% produces 30% of our revenue. Think about the opportunity we are seeing as a business now with the capabilities that we're going to unleash in phase 2. And our CEO, I love him to death, not brown-nosing. He talks about AI in every conversation he and I have.
Yeah.
And I've respectfully asked him to say, slow down, crawl, walk, run, because AI is based on having sound data, having the right data, and having the right data definitions. So phase 2, we are trying to sneak that in and leveraging AI capabilities. But phase 1, you think about AI capabilities as well, invoice processing. Very back-end process, you're paying vendors. Nobody seems to think of any importance there. But when we launched April 1st and today is September 11th, in 3.5 months, close to 40% of the invoices are going through that IDR system. No touch, coded correctly, processed correctly, paid correctly. And that's what we need to build on for phase 1. And we're looking at every AI capability. Think about revenue management. Think about yield management. Think about occupancy. Think about visibility, forecasting. Some of the basic elements to grow the business, to scale the business. We're going to unleash AI. And that's my promise to the CEO. So if I'm here, you invite me next year. If I don't have AI, Gary, I'm out. So.
Well, no. No, absolutely not.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
But you've already done it. Like you said, the invoice, I mean, you just went straight from go live and you implemented the AI capability for the invoicing.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's really, I think, you really got what it means of living in the cloud and the continual innovation. And you built the muscle to do that, right? So again, we see customers, they get live, and they in some areas they let go some of their teams. They didn't have the resources or the skills to assess you had people that looked at that piece of AI and said, that works for us, we can switch that on, we can put it in place. So you already had the mindset of, getting live is just the start of the journey, right? Then that's where you get more value.
Gary, spot on, and I guess part of it is the technology, the capabilities that existed, and part of it's kudos to our united teams. I mean, my philosophy on technology leadership is 3 C's: customer, continuous improvement, and curiosity. So that continuous improvement life cycle is going to be embedded at Lamar. And this is just a snippet of what capabilities are we going to unleash to the business.
Yeah, amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. So final question, Sukhinder. So what lessons you've learned? I mean, you've covered some of your lessons, but what other lessons that you think the audience might want to consider, and what's next in the journey?
Sure. So we launched April 1st, and was it bumpy? Yes. By no means it was like, hey, overnight we shifted and here we are. Change management is very important. Everybody wants to grow, but nobody wants to change. So that was one of the lessons learned around change management, that philosophy, et cetera. Were there bumps during our implementation journey? Absolutely. But Oracle Customer Service, PwC helped us obviously overcome that. And day one we launched, we lost about 3 to 4 days of some idiosyncrasies within our processes. So we were 4 days behind initially, but overall, if there was one message, tone at the top and change management and the right partner structure. Those 3 takeaways. It sounds simple, but it's not easy. And you guys brought the right talent, Gary. Oracle did, PwC did. So thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and Sukhinder, thanks. Sukhinder's on our advisory board. And again, what we look for in partnerships with customers is you make us better. And so we really appreciate that you're just continually pushing us to do more and do better so we can do better for everyone. But, best wishes for the Hurricane. Love the energy that you bring here. And we're looking for the rest of the journey, which will never end.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes. All right, Sukhinder, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, okay. Next up is another interesting industry, and we are going to have the partner as well. So I'd like to introduce Kevin Sullivan, who's the Oracle practice lead for PwC, and Javon from Fanatics. Okay, here we go.
Gary.
Okay. Okay, guys, so this is a bit different. So, Javon, what's all this stuff?
So I heard that you're a 49ers fan, so I bought some gift for you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So, So this is, I am a 49ers fan, and I'm lucky that my friend, his son, just started for the 49ers. So Isaac Garendo and his father, Mario, is in here somewhere. So, Yeah. So why all the gear?
So we wanted to see if there are fans, and I got a 49ers. Raise your hand, and I can try to throw it.
Patriots.
49ers, right here.
Patriots?
Made it easier. Oh, nice catch.
All right, heads up. Oh, way back there.
Oh!
Not bad. Patriots? I'll make this one a little easier. All right, who else?
Raiders.
Kansas City.
Oh, there you go.
Who likes, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh.
Okay.
I hit you right in the hands. All right.
All right. So, just started the NFL season as well. But Javon, so why don't you say a little bit more? And I think there might be some other. What's your success for your company?
So success, regardless of what we do, is always customer happiness.
Yeah.
So just to go along with that, 42 of you may be lucky today. We have some Fanatics gears. Just look under your seat, and if there is a golden ticket, you can exchange that with a Fanatics gear as you head out.
Okay, all right. So under your 42 of the seats, there's a golden ticket. Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. See who the lucky ones are. So,
Nice.
all right. So that was fun. So, okay. So, Jivan's had, great. Thank you for that. That's really a very nice gift for us all here. So, let's start with Kev. So you've talked about success is customer happiness. Kevin, Kevin leads the global PwC practice for Oracle, and I have to commend you, Kevin. Kevin has put in incredible personal investment with him and his team to build the practice, the Oracle practice, to give us feedback, to work with us on our processes, our tools, our teams. There's no one else on the planet that's putting more effort than you on the Oracle thing. So thank you. Kevin, you see a lot of customers. So what do you see as success for your different clients around the world? We've heard from Jivan on what Fanatics is.
Well, success is really defined by the customer. What is your strategic imperative? What objective do you want? Ranges from sometimes clients just want to get off of a TSA because they're paying a fortune. They want to do it fast, or they got to get off a legacy system that probably can't survive much longer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum, I got to develop new business models, right? New ways of working. I need to leverage new capability that the cloud provides me that's going to drive the top line. And/or, what do I want to do to drive operational efficiency, leveraging new capabilities, standard processes, simplification. So it really ranges, but our job as an SI is to help you define what success is when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
The best practice is have a business case, right? Regardless of what you're doing, why you're doing it. You have to have a set of KPIs that prove you have realized the value you've set out to get. And I think you and I would agree that that is the best practice.
Yeah,
so.
Sure, absolutely. And we will say, that was my first question. What's success mean for you? And it can change over time. It's different for different roles, et cetera. And the clearer you can be defining your success, the easier we can work together to get there. So it's fundamental. So Jivan, as a technology leader, what led to your transformation to Oracle Cloud?
So Gary, over the last several years, we've had quite a lot of acquisitions. Mm-hmm. And with that comes multiple different ERP systems. So we began this journey with Oracle to standardize. We wanted to create a replicable and repeatable kind of solution that we can easily roll out to anywhere in the world and continue to make that as we go through more acquisitions.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what's fueled your growth as well,
Yep.
right? So that's great. Kevin, how did you work with, Oracle and Oracle's services, customer success services, to deliver with Fanatics?
Yeah, I'm going to break it into two parts. Phase one was finance and HR. And is Stephen Williams here? We use success assurance to set up the program.
Yeah.
Which is really so critical to success in the long term. And so he conducted a master class. Mm-hmm. And what we did in that class is drive education and alignment on a couple of things. What are the goals? What are the objectives? What are the KPIs that measure success? What is the implementation KPIs that measure progress against that success to help ensure it when you finally do go live? Leading practices and implementations. What does a good implementation look like? Because it's different than legacy. It's very different. And if you have a legacy mindset, it's a leap of faith. So we got to get people educated on that. Of course, resources, client resources. What roles do I need to fill? Mm-hmm. What's the profile that I need to look for within the organization? Then how many people do I need? Yeah. Finally, governance and cadence, which is so essential to making sure you stay on track, you stay focused, you're really going for that North Star, whatever your desired outcome is.
Yeah. So that was the first bit.
The second one, phase 2 was far more complicated. Supply chain. So we took a different approach. We actually have entered into a contract with Gary, I think it's one of a kind, where customer success is embedded in what we're doing.
Yeah.
And so, all the specialized skills that you have, that you bring to bear, made it really easy for Fanatics to buy.
Yeah.
So the cloud priority support is provided through that. Solution reviews. And Jiva will talk about the complexity. It's a pretty complex. We wanted to make sure that we had CSS and development looking at our solution, making sure it was good.
Yeah.
We took it one step further, and we've actually embedded CSS practitioners to help design, build certain elements of the solution. And then finally, we're not there yet, but we will be, stress testing and performance. Only Oracle can do that, right? So we're going to be leveraging that as well.
Yeah, again, that's a great example of how we're continually working together, our partners, to come up with the model that best serves the customer, right? So we take the best of what you've got, the best of what we've got.
It's embedded in our methodology now, which is so cool.
Yeah. So amazing. So Jivan, so what are you seeing? From your perspective, how do you see that working?
So Kevin touched on complexity. Let me talk about a complexity, a couple of examples as well. So about 80% of our product catalog, little over that actually, is apparel-based.
Yeah.
And with apparel, one of the most important dimensions that you want to have is style, color, and size, because that's very critical for any apparel-based items. Now, Fanatics, we have more dimensions as well in addition to style, color, and size. It's the team and the league and the players add more dimensions to it. It becomes very complex, and these dimensions are not natively supported by Oracle. I know you have it in the roadmap.
Yeah.
But we've built some complex solutions, which is what Kevin was talking about, to kind of accommodate that. Because if you think about style, color, size, it touches so many things, from orders to maintaining the orders, and it touches so many elements that we have built some complex solutions that Oracle's previewed as well. Another example is when we do Super Bowls, for example. That's a good example that people can connect with. Right after a Super Bowl, we have to spin up nearly 50+ production plans to kind of manage the spike in demand that happens right after a Super Bowl. And these are unpredictable, and even even at the later stages of Super Bowl, the final, you still have two teams that could win, and you have possibly 100+ suppliers or vendors that needs to be spun up. So again, we've created some creative elements there to say, how do we quickly spin up suppliers? How do we make sure that all of this data intelligence coming streams into Oracle? And Oracle's helping us big with absorbing all of that information to make some critical decisions as well.
So that's really, tuning your business, making you more responsive and proactive.
Yes.
So that's great. That's great.
So I would say, sorry, Gary, just quickly, I would also say, in any relationship, trust is an important factor.
Yeah.
And we trust Oracle, we trust PwC, and it's important for us to kind of feel that out to really make it to the go live.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So shifting gears a little bit, you've put a lot of thought into your multi-cloud strategy. So why don't you share your approach on that?
Yeah, I mean, we touched on acquisitions in the past. So we pretty much have assets in all the major cloud providers that exist today. And what we do is we want to consolidate and standardize. So that's our strategy. So we collect all of these intelligence from various clouds and bring it into a centralized data lake. And from that data lake, we run a lot of predictive analytics and other things. And so we can push down this intelligence to all the clouds. What excites us with the Oracle specifically is Oracle has business events, which triggers and absorbs some of these events that we are looking forward to. Because when we do React, we have thousands of orders, or sometimes in hundreds of thousands of orders that we need to react to quickly. We leverage cloud across in that way.
Okay. Awesome. incredible accomplishments, and the way you deliver the flexibility in your supply chain. These shirts came like that, right? It was amazing how quickly we had this idea. Those shirts were here like 2 days later, so incredible. Kevin, let's switch gears to the AI piece again. So, as you think about what's next for Fanatics, and what can they get out of AI, how are you looking at that, especially with the AI capability?
Yeah, so actually, I think it was your idea. So we have put together a PwC CSS workshop geared at educating our clients on AI. 100 plus use cases, in-app use cases, that frankly, a lot of our clients don't know about. So we're going in and teaching them, this is what it is, this is how you enable it, this is how you apply it in your operations, and this is the value you can get. And then one step further, the second element of that, what's the art of the possible? Right? What can we do with OCI, Cohere, Llama, across all the applications in the enterprise, all the different data sets available to us, kind of game-changing innovation that we can drive. And of course, your and my organization are cooking these up all the time when we bring them to our clients, but we also ask our clients to come up with their own, right? So I think that's really, that's really important to getting people started on their journey.
So, so the thing is, how can, it's difficult for customers to keep up to date with everything going on. So we need to be kind of ahead of the curve, bringing things to you. But Kevin, how do you keep your team up to speed with what's going on?
That's a good question. Well, there's Oracle University, there's Catalyst, there's certification. That's not enough, right? I would say this workshop forces us to stay current, right? And so working with you, I think we both keep each other current. So that's another aspect. But the thing I'm most excited about is Success Navigator, the new platform that you're going to be pushing out to all your customers, all your partners. That should keep the ecosystem up to speed. And it's not going to be like the release notes that we're used to. It's going to be, here is what it is, here's how you operationalize it, here's how you enable it, and here's the value that you get. So I think that platform's going to be a real game changer.
And that's, we've announced that this week. Damien Carey on my team is leading that. It was built with customer input and partner input, and basically it's going to be a platform for every customer and every partner. So, well, I think just want to wrap up. Again, I'm going to be wearing my jacket. Niners won the first game, right? Well done, Mario. So good job. And it's just fun, to be part of this. Jivan, thank you so much. Kevin, for sharing with the audience here. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I said, what great insights from all the customer and PwC here. So I do, again, I'm the Customer Success Officer and the Partner Success Officer, and I'm honored to actually announce the Oracle Partner Award winners for 2024. There are 3 categories. I will start with the Customer Success category, and there's global and there's best in class. So the 2 global winners this year are PwC and Deloitte for partner applications and cloud and tech. The best in class goes to Cognizant, Hitachi, and Neos. So great job. Okay. Next category is innovation, and global award winners Infosys, Wipro, and NVIDIA, and best in class Tech Mahindra, Astute, and Vertex. So. And then business impact, third category, global goes to TCS, Accenture, Informatica, and best in class, Absolve, DSP, and Fortinet. So, okay, so let's have a round of applause for all of the partners, because they've done a great job this year. Okay, so thanks everyone for the journey today, joining me today. There were so many more stories like the ones you've heard up here. Please go down to the Customer Success Central on the main floor. You can find out about more customer stories there. Also about, there's demos of the Cloud Success Navigator, if you're interested in that. We have a game this year called Keys to Success. Last year we had the basically the Formula One theme. This is all about AI. So it's a competitive game again, where you actually, you play this game, you can get up on the leaderboard, but you learn about Oracle AI in the way. And we had 950 customers play yesterday, which was more than the whole of CloudWorld last year. So it's very popular. Please go down there with your colleagues, your friends, and have a go at the game. There are prizes for the leaders. Also, we're announcing 2 new services here at CloudWorld. There's Oracle Cloud Success Assurance and Success Protect. And these are services that we think most customers should use. The innovation here is that they're cloud services. You can go into your cloud portal and switch them on. You don't need a separate contract. So we're trying to make it easier to bring more assistance to you, more proactive help, and directly through your cloud portal. Also, last thing was we announced 22 industry playbooks, which give you, we used to have the Oracle playbook. Now we've focused that by industry to really help customers understand how to take an industry approach to Oracle Cloud. So again, it's been a great session. Thanks for the energy. Thanks for the feedback. My question to you is, what's next in your cloud journey? I'd love to hear. Have a great rest of CloudWorld. Great to see you. Thank you. Okay.